Hello everyone, Styles here, also known as Star Pony, and welcome back to Crash Bandicoot. Last time on Crash Bandicoot, we of course did a bunch of things, which included basically doing Castle Machinery, Dr. Embryo, and the lab. What we're doing this time, actually, basically, as you know right here, I'm basically doing host commentary, and that's basically because this was actually on my live stream. As you saw in the beginning of the video, which was on the 25th of February. And this is basically just commentary, just telling you how things went. Basically, things went really good. Things went really good, and I actually really loved it. The commentary, though, was kind of bad, but the gameplay was actually not too bad. Really, it wasn't. It was about, like, maybe like an hour and a half or so. You'll see when the timer on the bottom left corner. The bottom left corner timer is basically going to increase drastically a couple of times. And that's only because of the fact that this was actually during my live stream in which I actually had that, in which I had the timer. And as you can see there's also going to be, like, a couple of deaths that are going to happen, and stuff like that. I had, like, a death montage I basically added for the other level we're going to be doing, which is called Fumbling in the Dark. Fumbling in the Dark is basically that one challenge, that one level I was talking about, that was basically the final level in the entire game. The final level in the entire game basically stopping me from having my 100% that I've ever had in the entire game. And this was actually a complete success, and you will find out later in the video. But yes, basically this video is basically to talk about basically the finale. Basically talk about the finale of Crash Bandicoot and basically all the troubles and all of the things that went through in the Let's Play. And honestly, there really wasn't that many. Of course, as you've seen in the past, I basically had to reset my Let's Play because in my previous version of the Let's Play I actually had, like, maybe like a while ago. This was before I had my new computer, before I had my new Windows, not my new Windows, no, my new computer, which is a beast, my new beast that has, like, as you see in my description of my channel, it had basically a Intel Core i7 with a bunch of stuff. You can see in my channel description all the stuff of my computer, but it's a beast. It's amazing, and I love it. It works Elgato, it works everything just perfectly fine, and my internet makes it so much better. But I'm not gonna boast about any of this stuff. I shouldn't be boasting about any of this stuff because I know it could be better, but it's still really good, and I love it. But anyway, basically, I'm talking about the finale of Crash Bandicoot, not this shit. But, Crash Bandicoot was actually, like, an amazing game. I've talked about this, like, a while ago. I talked about this, like, throughout my Let's Play about how Crash Bandicoot is basically a game that I played a long time ago as a kid. Back when I was, like, about 6 or so. I don't know, back when the game came out. Like, not when the game came out, but, like, maybe, like, a bit afterwards. But, like, I would play this game with my family. Well, not with my family, but with my mother, who was actually into this at first. Well, not really, because she was only playing it because I was playing it. And we would play it together, and it would just be so much fun. We would just be so, like, enjoying the time, and it would just be, I don't know, it'd just be a blast. And I just really loved to share my experience, like, with Crash Bandicoot with you guys, and I really did. And you know what? It actually happened. And especially with this finale live stream, it was really good. But yeah, like, that's basically all this is going to be about, just all this stuff. Anyway, what am I going to think about? Oh, right. Like, I want to say, like, maybe, like, the hardship for this Let's Play was probably based on, like, whether, like, or not I would have to do the videos, like, off camera. Like, not off camera, but, like, without commentary and stuff, and I had to edit them in. I mean, that's not that hard, but, like, especially with how I did it. Like, how I did my editing, it really wasn't that bad. It really, really wasn't. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. But, like, and I know the commentary is not going to be as good right now, but it's like, at least it was better than my live stream. My live stream was basically just like, okay, alright. Well, yeah. But yeah, it was like kind of like that, and I don't know. I honestly think you probably wouldn't have enjoyed that compared to how I am now. Like how I am right now doing my commentary without having to worry about chat or game or anything. And especially with how it's the finale, I would rather have, you know, to be able to talk about everything that I had. And honestly, first and foremost, I mean, I never really expected to 100% this game. I really didn't. I really expected the 100% of this game being a lot harder. I mean, it was hard. It was really, really hard. I'm gonna say that right now. It really was extremely difficult. The hardship and all that. But, yeah. As you can see there, I already got my gem for castle machinery, but that really wasn't that bad. It was only like 2 deaths, and that was it, as you can see. Also, actually, I had to edit my the death counter too. I actually had to edit the death counter here because of the fact that during my live stream, I would be so bad I was so bad at editing my death counter. So actually, I was like 3 deaths off. I was like, that's how bad I was. I was 3 deaths ahead of how my death count is. Like, how my accurate death count is. So, like, my death count was at the end of it. At the end of this was actually 48. For some stupid reason. And on my death count, as you'll see in the finale, like, after my 100%, that I actually got to 45. Which was really interesting. I don't know how I got the 3 extra. Because I kept forgetting about it, but yeah, the lab also really wasn't that bad. I mean, I did this bit on my first try. It really wasn't too bad. I mean, mostly you just gotta be careful about like whether with the electric guys. You gotta be careful of mostly the little moving electric currents going left and right. You gotta be worried about that and worry about how when you're hitting the exclamation box, that you basically hit them both at a good timing. Like how this is right here, which you'll see very soon. I think so, at least. I think I get another couple of times, and then there you go. And then as you can see here, this was actually a very memorable moment of where I basically just stood over there and didn't get it right. Also, I just noticed something that over there, I actually wasn't I didn't actually have to use the TNT. The TNT was already gone by the time I actually got to this bit, which is actually really good. Also, as you can see right there, I kind of messed up and used my Aku Aku mask, but it didn't really matter because that was actually really good. I basically take a little attempt right here, and then there you go. But yeah, like, the game was actually really good. I mean, I really love this game. And whether I would recommend it or not, I would completely recommend it. No matter what. I would recommend this game no matter what. Because this game is amazing. And also, as you can see there, I broke the game a bit by jumping right there. I don't know how that even happened at all, but somehow it worked, and I didn't complain because, honestly, I just wanted to get to the end. And I knew I was at the end right there. But I don't know why I did that. I really don't know. I was just messing around, I guess. But yeah, as you can see here, I got more of my gems here. And also I should probably note here that, okay, after this, I actually go to the Great Wall, I think it's the Great Wall. No, not the Great Wall. The Great Gate, right. And the Great Gate was basically the 3rd level in the entire game. Basically, we had to go back to the 3rd level after we got the yellow gem, which is what we got from the lab. When we got that yellow gem from the lab, basically that gives us the ability to go to the Great Gate and the Lights Out. And And what I thought from this is that after I got what I thought, and you'll see this as a mistake, I think I'd shown this. Either I showed it or I got rid of it, but after I went to the Great Gate, I actually went to Boulder Dash, because how I went to do this is, I started at Great Gate, and I started coming towards Lights Out, so that I actually can get straight to Fumbling in the Dark, but I actually didn't notice, but I actually needed the purple gem in order to get to Boulder Dash. And in order to get the purple gem, you had to go through Lights Out. And, of course, in my stream, I actually called the purple gem the purple boat gem. And the purple boat. And the reason why I call it the purple boat is that it looks like a freaking boat. And you'll see. You'll see as soon as I get to it. But yeah, here we go. We got some invincibility, of course, from doing the masks and stuff. Honestly, this Let's Play was really amazing. I loved it. Like, I believe that this Let's Play was basically a really amazing time, and I really hope you guys enjoyed your time too. Like, enjoyed your time watching it. I really do, because this is really an amazing game. And whether or not I'll actually do Crash 2 or Crash 3, I will definitely do those games as well, because I really want to show you guys the nostalgia I've had with these games. Like, I've had more nostalgia with Crash Bandicoot than I have with Mario. And that's ironic, being that my name is Mario Stuff I Want. My name used to be Mario Stuff I Want. And of course, I am a huge Crash fan. Well, that is until Activision did the, of course, the Crash of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant. Terrible. They're terrible, terrible games. Please, like, I'm not even gonna explain how bad they are, but either way, like, okay, I'm gonna give you a little say here. I'm gonna give you a little something. So, Crash of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant, to me, is like saying that's Sonic Boom. It's basically, to me, it's like Sonic Boom. It was awful. It was literally awful. Like, because you know, like, Rise Over Lyric and stuff, it's basically that form, because of how bad it was. Basically, it had nothing to do with Crash Bandicoot at all. It really didn't. Like, I mean, of course it had the character, it had the characters and stuff, but it didn't feel like a Crash Bandicoot game. I've even played one of them. I even played, which one was it? I believe it was Crash of the Titans. I've actually played that game, and it was bad. Like, it was really bad. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Crash of the Titans was a really bad game. And that's basically one of the reasons why I say that Activision killed Crash Bandicoot. Although, apparently, there was a little thing going on during the, I believe, the PlayStation conference. I don't know if it was the PlayStation conference or what. I might have it in the description, either in the description or in the video. But there was a little thing that people were actually saying. There was a little video that was showing that I believe one of the Sony directors or whoever, I believe it was one of the people, they had a Crash Bandicoot shirt. They had a Crash Bandicoot shirt on, and they were talking about it. They were talking about something. And everyone, like, Twitter completely exploded on this day, and on that day, and they were like, oh my god, is Crash Bandicoot actually coming back? And, of course, when I looked it up, it said, some form of news article said, no, that it actually wasn't coming back yet. It might, but I don't know. I have no idea. But I would really love for Crash Bandicoot to come back, because it would give me so much nostalgia on the game. And oh my god, it just makes it so amazing that Crash Bandicoot might come back after all these years. Because the last Crash Bandicoot game we had was back in 2010 when they made an iOS version when they made an iOS a mobile game called Crash Nitro Kart 2, and it was shit, of course. It was shit, of course. But yeah. And honestly, the last good Crash game we had is I've never played this game. So, hear me out there. I never played this game, but it's called Crash Twinsanity. I've never played Twinsanity. I've heard good things about it. Like, I really heard good things about it. And yeah, I think that apparently that was the last good Crash game. And I've played a bit of Crash 4, also known as Crash Wrath of Cortex, but I don't own it, for one, and two, it really, I don't know, people said it was mediocre. I don't really remember much of it, because the last time I played it was back in, like, 2004? I don't remember exactly the date, but it was around that time. I think it was like around the time Crash Wrath of Cortex actually came out. It was like around that time. But yeah, I didn't actually show it. But I actually did go to Boulder Dash and actually beat that level. I did it first try, which is why I didn't feel it like it was necessary to show it, because really, for one, I didn't get the gem, and two, I didn't die. So, and if I would have died, I would have actually shown it, but I didn't. So yeah. But yeah, I feel like it was really good. Like, I feel like Crash Bandicoot was really good. I don't know about Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. I don't remember it as much, but I don't know. I was thinking of playing it. I don't know. So maybe eventually I might play it. I don't know. Maybe eventually, if I actually do go and get it. All I know is that some people are probably going to say that it's bad, but hey, it's not as bad as Crash of the Titans and Mind Over Mutant. It's not that bad. Now, as of the kart racing games, because I did talk about Crash Team Racing when I was doing my Part 8, and I did talk about Crash Team Racing. Sorry about that. And I've actually played all of them. I've actually played all the racing games. I played all the racing games they have. And I've also played Crash Bash. Crash Bash, that party game. With a bunch of weird games and stuff. It was a weird game. That included like a monkey thing and you know, Koala Kong. But it was a really, really weird game. I will say that. But it really wasn't that good. But yeah, here we go. I'm going to show you that this is a boat. So once the gems move around, I'm going to show you the boat right here. The purple boat is actually on its way and right there. Do you not see that? Does that not look like a purple boat? I am going to shove that down someone's throat and say, that's a purple boat. Right there. If you do not think that's a purple boat, then how dare you? No, just kidding. I don't think of you guys like that. If you don't think that's a purple boat, then whatever. But yeah, like, honestly, and then we're revisiting Boulder Dash because of reasons of, after, you know, doing it another time, because of the fact that I didn't know I had to get the purple gem, the purple boat. But yeah, it was, I don't know, like, to me, okay, actually, I need to talk about this, actually, now that I am all done with every single level in the entire game. And also, I have actually done Stormy Ascent. I've done Stormy Ascent already. I haven't beaten it, but I've actually played it. But, of course, I'm not going to edit up show it on YouTube. The reason for that is just because it just didn't seem as good, and plus I would have to do post commentary for it. I just don't believe it would be worth showing. Also, because on part of the video, the game got corrupted. Like, the game started corrupting and everything on the part of the video, and of course that would cause like epilepsy and seizures and stuff, and I would rather not show that at all. Of course I can edit it out, yeah, whereas I actually had deaths on it. Well, of course I don't need to show every death, but like, I just don't think it'd be worth showing. I really don't think it. My honest opinion on it, on that level, as I've talked about in that version of the stream version of it on Twitch, it's a level. That's all I gotta say. It's a level. Because, like, holy crap. Like, when I said that I thought that Stormy Ascent could have been a good level to be put on, I didn't even think that it'd be that difficult. I really didn't think it would be that difficult. Because when I saw Stormy Ascent, when I played it, holy crap. But like, for one, there was a part in the level where I got completely stuck on. Like, there was a part of that level I got completely stuck on because of how far it was between one checkpoint and the other. Holy crap. Like, honestly, I've never seen that ever, where a checkpoint could be that far apart. Oh my god. Like, really. It was insane. But, enough about that, because as you can see here, I actually got the 25th gem, and we're at 98%. Also, I show here that we're going to Fumbling in the Dark. Basically, the final level in the entire game. So, as I say normally, let's do it. Once it shows up. Because, of course, I'm doing post-commentary. Because reasons. Anyway, yeah. Like, I'm just there for a little bit, because I'm just, like, trying to... I don't know, I've just started breathing in and out, being like, oh my god, how am I going to do this? And it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a hard one. And basically, this shows my deaths. I had about, like, as I had 3 there, I started off with 3, alright? And I had, I believe, a total of 45, so, yeah, I had about 42 deaths. 42 deaths on just this level alone. And honestly, there's a good reason for that, because this level is extremely difficult. It's so freaking difficult, and yeah, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. And that basically explains why this is actually about like 46 minutes in total, including the final boss and the final ending. That's basically the reason, because of how hard this level was. And by the way, like I've said in this was actually literally my first time completing the level. The furthest I've ever gotten in my attempts in beating this level was right about here. That was literally about it, right about the beginning, because I had no idea how to do those corner jumps. Like, I was literally telling you guys, like, when I was doing it in my stream. When I was in my stream, I was basically telling everyone that I couldn't do that. I think it would be extremely difficult to do those corner jumps. And then, as you saw, I had it on my first try. And then all of a sudden, during my deaths here, that I started screwing it up. I started screwing up my corner jumps, and it was all because of these little angles here. It was all because of the little angles on the doors. That's what the angles in the doorways, that's why I always say it's really difficult to do these. And then there was moments like that where I actually was too close to the sword and shields, and my jumps weren't showing up because of reasons like that. But, of course, eventually I did it. And then fell. Just like that, but I don't know, this was really, really difficult. And I've gotten pretty far.
through this game, and I was just like, I'm determined. No matter what, I'm determined. And no matter what, I'm going to do this. And that's what I kept thinking to myself. I kept thinking to myself, I can do this. I am determined. I can do this. Because literally, you gotta keep yourself positive if you're going to do something like this. Like, you gotta stay strong. You gotta stay positive. You gotta stay determined. Just like Undertale, like just how Undertale says, you gotta stay determined. If you don't stay determined, then you're not going to win. It's as simple as that. It's really as simple as that. If you're not gonna stay determined, then what would be the point? And that's why people say that. You gotta stay determined. If you don't stay determined, then what's gonna happen then? Like, really? But yeah, like... But I also explain... But the whole death thing basically also explains why there's like a little black box there. Like right underneath the death counter I currently have. Because of that old death counter. And it was via OBS, so I couldn't really remove that. So yeah. That explains the black box underneath it. What else do I have to say? I have like a couple of things, of course, about the next Let's Play, of course. The next Let's Play that I plan to do, which of course will be, I'm probably going to say is Midnight Club 2. Of course, and I already talked about this in part 8 of Crash Bandicoot. My Midnight Club 2 Let's Play. I'm not going to do Midnight Club 1 because Midnight Club 1 is hard. It's hard as hell, and we all know this. Well, at least the people that actually have played Midnight Club. Midnight Club 1 is freaking difficult as hell. Like, really. But Midnight Club 2 is a game I've actually never played. Like, I've played a bit of it. I don't really remember it, is the thing. I don't remember any of it as a kid. Like, this was like long time ago when I've ever played it, and this was like as a rental maybe, and when I played it. But the game I played more than anything out of the Midnight Club series is Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, and I'll be covering that when I go and make the... God, I'm like blanking out because my mouth is kind of dry, but what does that have to do with my brain? I don't know. But I've just been talking a lot. I've been talking too much, and I know, right? Talking too much, and you're kind of just going, but yeah. Like but of course, this is all live. Well, this is not live, but like the whole thing is unscripted. So I'm just like trying to talk right now, and yeah. But yeah, like this game is amazing. Like I've said, this game is amazing. Really recommend it. And yeah, like, and if you want to complete it, go ahead. I mean, really, like as much as I've seen like a lot of problems with this, with like the effort I've had with completing it was totally worth it in the end. Like, as much as like I'm gonna reference some I'm probably not referencing it, but like it's something that Gerard does. Like Gerard, the Gerard completionist, he basically completes games, and it's something I like to do as well. Like, basically, if you're gonna play a game and it has a way to complete it, then try your best to complete it. Like, basically, train yourself to play the game. Basically, just learn the controls and stuff like that. And see how the gameplay works. Then basically test your skills. Test your skills on the game. It's just complete it. Basically, like just keep practicing. Just keep practicing in the level, and eventually you'll do it. yeah, like, it's really, I mean, is it simple? No. Some of the challenges that you will find, just like in a couple of games I've actually played. A couple of games I played, basically including Super Mario Galaxy 2. Super Mario Galaxy 2 is perfect run. The perfect run in Grandmaster Galaxy, as I've shown in my camcorder. It was like back in my camcorder days, in which I've actually played the perfect run, and oh my god, that was a really good challenge in itself. And especially doing it with both Mario and Luigi. I basically did it with both, and it was amazing. I actually loved it. It was a really great time, and it was worth it because I was able to do it. But other than that, like, that's mostly about it. I mean, it's basically how fun games are. It basically brings the fun in it, like trying your best to complete stuff. Like there was actually a game that I live streamed for, and it was called Pony Island. It was called Pony Island. I played through the game and I beat it. And then off the stream, I was just like, okay, I showed the game, and I showed that I can beat it. Alright. And I was just like, but I want to get the tickets though. I wanted to get the little things, basically, like these little secrets that they give you, which are called tickets, Pony Island tickets. So I got the tickets, and sure enough, oh my god, this little thing, if you haven't played Pony Island, go ahead and play it, and I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to spoil what happens when you get all the tickets, but oh my god, it will be worth it. It is completely worth it for completionists to play and beat. Seriously, and especially with the, there's like these little things where you go into this little devil guy who basically tells you these truths about who killed you and stuff like that, because in the game you're actually dead. In the game you're dead, and as well as the souls that are there. The souls there are trapped in this Pony Island game, and yeah, like, so it just proves to you, once you see this like helpless soul, that you're dead. You're basically dead. You're not really alive. And you're basically and they're basically the devil there is trying to ask you to sell your soul. That's literally about it. And that's not a spoiler because that's basically at the beginning of the game. That's literally the beginning of what the beginning says. But that's mostly about all I have to say, really. I mean, I've said enough about the game. But the ending of the game, totally worth it. Totally worth the money that it is right now. I don't know how much it is, but it's a really good game. But anyway, back to Crash Bandicoot. Yeah. Crash Bandicoot 2. Now, I'm gonna let you know, I've beaten Crash 1 right now, as you can see, right here. I'm 100% in Crash 1. It's already over. And now, it's not gonna be like this for Crash 2 and 3. Well, at least the format of how I'm gonna 100% it. And the reason why is because it's not as hard to do. 100%ing Crash Bandicoot 2 is actually not as hard. It's actually a bit easier to 100%, mostly because of the fact of the checkpoints save your boxes. And that's actually an improvement compared to Crash Bandicoot 2, or Crash Bandicoot 1. Crash Bandicoot 2, there's an ability to 105% that game, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that only because of the fact that in order to get 105%, you actually have to get these things called relics, and I'm not getting them. I've gotten the 105% before, but I'm not doing it again because it's hell. Getting 105% is literal hell to get those gold relics, and I'm not doing that. So at most, I'll probably just do 104% and that's it. At most. Because I'm not doing those time trials. Screw that. But that's basically how the Crash Bandicoot series is going to work. And then Crash Team Racing. Crash Team Racing. Oh boy. I will be doing that game as well. So I'll be doing Crash Bandicoot 2, Crash Bandicoot 3, Team Racing. I'm not doing Bash. And if you guys would really want me to, I'll go and get Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. But that's up to you guys, whether or not you want me to. But yeah. And of course, eventually, coming up here will be the 45th death, as you can see right there. And then, here comes the full run of Fumbling in the Dark, where I actually complete it. But yeah, like, it was a really fun experience. And of course, I'll be doing, as I said, I might do Twinsanity though. I might do Twinsanity, mostly because of how interesting it sounds. But of course, it'll be a blind Let's Play. But first, before I do anything like that, before I do Crash Bandicoot 2, I will be doing Midnight Club 2. When Midnight Club 2 will come out, will be once I get done with Super Mario 64. And of course, by the time I'm recording this video, I believe Part 9 will already be out. Part 9 will already be out, and then after that, I'll get to Part 10. But before I get to Part 10, I'll be doing this. I'll be uploading this. So, yeah, then it'll be that. Which is gonna be interesting. But oh my god, I'm really just glad that I actually beat it. I actually 100% and everything. And it only took one stream, which is actually really good. Because I was really expecting that I was actually having to do a second stream. But I mean, I probably do for Stormy Ascent if I really want to do the bonus video. But honestly, I don't really think I will. Because really, this was hard enough. This was hard enough completing it. Really don't feel like doing Stormy Ascent. I really don't. But as I've actually said about Stormy Ascent, would I like to have it in the game after I've already played it? With it as it is, as Stormy Ascent is right now, no, not at all, because it needs tweaks. Stormy Ascent is not good right now because it needs tweaks. And as you can see right there, I actually beat the game. I beat the level right there. I beat Fumbling in the Dark, and I'll get my 26th gem, which equals 100%. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend Stormy Ascent unless you're a good player at the game. And also, now that we got done with Fumbling in the Dark, let's go to our final boss, Dr. Neo Cortex. So, Dr. Neo Cortex here. Basically what he does is shoots purple stuff, and then he shoots a green one. What you gotta do with the green one is basically spin it. Spin the green one. And he also does a blue one, which is basically, a set pattern. But basically what you have to do is mostly spin the green ones, and you'll do damage to them. That's mostly about it. And eventually the blue ones do this kind of thing. But mostly it's not that hard. It's mostly simple. And then he starts firing multiple shots of the purple, like so. But it's not hard. And then you're basically done. So, that is all. That is all for the final boss of Crash Bandicoot. Once that is over, you get your girlfriend. You get your girlfriend Tanya, and, well, you set fire to all of the island. Yes, you set fire to the entire island just for that. Don't ask me why, though, because I don't even know myself. Or how that makes any sense. But, yeah, Crash Bandicoot is done and complete. But it's not over yet, and the reason why is because we actually don't have just one ending. No, we have 2 endings. We'll show that once I get done with these credits. But yeah, like quality assurance, yes. Sony Computer Entertainment America, yeah. Game's over and stuff with 45 deaths and about an hour 20. Actually, it would have been more, but of course I stopped the timer a couple of times like an idiot. Because I don't know why. I don't know why I stopped the timer. It was weird. Like, a couple of times I stopped the timer, and I really had no idea why. I really didn't. But, yeah, I beat the game, and I really, really recommend Crash Bandicoot. If anything, I recommend... If I had a game I would recommend of the Crash Bandicoot series, I would recommend the first 3. Just the first 3. If you're wanting me to recommend a Crash Bandicoot game, I'd recommend just the first 3 and that's it. And if you want the racing game, if you want Crash Team Racing, because Crash Team Racing is amazing as well. Because Crash Team Racing is like Mario Kart, but even more perfected. I'm not even kidding. Like, really. But after all that is done, as you see right here, we're gonna get to our other ending, which is at the Great Hall. Now, remember that gem that we saw right there that's moving? Well, we're gonna go that way now. Because now that we have all 26 gems, we're now able to go through this path. And this path actually requires us to do some platforming, of course. And as you can see right there, you see our little girlfriend. I think that's our girlfriend, yeah. Our girlfriend, Tanya Bandicoot. So what you do is just keep going. Go through these little platforms, and eventually, once you get over here, you'll see a curtain over there. See a little curtain. And you're wondering, what is that curtain there hiding? Well, let's go and see. Let's go and see for ourselves. And see what is behind that curtain. And what's behind that curtain will be Tanya Bandicoot. Tanya. It will be Tanya on a... I don't know what kind of bird that is. But it's a bird. But you know what? We're happy. And we're out of here. Actually, I think that's that... Actually, that's that bird from... what is that level? It's the other one of Stormy Ascent. It's the, crap. I am, Stormy Ascent and, hold on, let me look it up. Oh, no, also you got Poppy stole the ruins of the castle. Cortex to a British sword developer. He then used the proceeds to open a big, tall shop on the island. Basically has little stories of each of the villains. After intense therapy and 8 years of higher education, Dr. Rue went on to write the well-received book, The Eye of the Vortex, a study of rapid evolution and its consequences. What we have for Kong moved to Hollywood and landed a motion picture deal of universal proportions. Currently, he is working with a speech therapist to improve his diction. Basically, these are little tidbits about what the villains are actually doing right now after the Crash Bandicoot game. Pinstripe moved to Chicago, where he now owns and operates a citywide sanitation company. He is saving money for his upcoming gubernatorial campaign. I don't know what that... I'm gonna look up what that word means. After the disappearance of his mentor, Dr. Nitrous Rio rediscovered his first love, Tending Bar. I don't know exactly what that is supposed to mean, Tending Bar and all that. What is... I'm stupid half the time. Don't call me on that. And then the world has heard nothing more of Cortex since Crash foiled his plans, but evil geniuses are harder to squish than cockroaches, which we'll see in the second game. We'll see how that is the case in the second game. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot is now complete. You see both endings, and that's it. Whether or not one ending is more... Now, which is the more canon ending? The canon ending is actually the first one. The first one is actually the more canonical ending. And the reason why is you will see it in the intro of Crash Bandicoot 2 once we get to it. But I'm not going to do Crash Bandicoot 2 first. I'm going to basically switch it to Midnight Club 2, like I said. And when that happens is when I'll beat Super Mario 64, when Super Mario 64 is over. But yeah, so we still have Super Mario 64, and yeah. But yeah, overall, this game is amazing. I recommend it. I recommend all 3 of the Crash Bandicoot games, all 3 of the original Crash Bandicoot games, as well as Crash Team Racing. They're like an amazing hit on the PlayStation 1. They're amazing hits on the PlayStation 1, and I think a lot of people would completely recommend them. As well as I do, and they're all amazing. But that's about all I have. So since it's gonna be the end of the video, I might as well do my outro. So next time we'll be doing a no Let's Play, possibly. So I've been Styles, also known as the Third Pony. I'll see you all in the next time.